Um, this is a collective tarot message for all signs, everyone, and it's actually, I think it's a really important message, um, specifically for anyone. If you have any grudges towards anyone, or feel like a victim of your situation, or like things aren't fair in your life or in the world, then this is probably going to be your message because um it's yeah, well, I'll get into it. First of all, I just want to say I've been moving, so um I am here just to clean this house up, so that's why I'm here, and I decided to do a message. But the last couple days I've tried to do a collective message, but with all of the moving, and then plus the energies that are coming out have been so bizarre in the readings I've been pulling. And so I was like, what the heck's going on? But then I did this reading and I really see what's going on now. So like I said, this is for, I'm going to read this first oracle card we got. It's called loose. It says loosen the grip. Okay. From the Starseed Oracle. And then I can kind of get into what it's about. So this card says coping mechanisms, density, addiction, let God in. It says we're cyclic beings and Mother Earth teaches us how to be human every day with the coming and going of the tides and seasons. If you're clinging to anything, you're resisting the natural flow of who you are. The things we cling to are so often those we most need to let go of. The food, the substances, the relationship, the job, the people pleasing. The things we cling to often cover up our most vulnerable space, the part we're afraid to leave empty. The part we guard and don't let grace into, but by keeping the space covered with something that doesn't serve us or clinging to it for fear of it not staying of its own accord, we prevent ourselves from receiving the things that will. A Course in Miracle tells us, whatever we leave empty, grace will fill. And the Buddha said, you can only lose what you cling to. Indeed, both are true. If this card appears, you're being called to find the courage to loosen your grip and give up control, to release your coping mechanisms and leave space for grace and God to enter, to surrender all that feels dense to the divine. Loosening your grip doesn't mean that what you're clinging to will go away. It may or it might stay, but you can be sure that what it is for will find you, and you'll breathe easier knowing that you shifted and from relying on your own strength to surrendering to the grace of life. Okay, so the first card I got to start was the Five of Cups reversed. And this Five of Cups reversed also with the World. Okay? And the Five of Cups reversed talks about, it's basically saying that you feel, it's like pessimism, feeling a lack, like no one's ever there for you. Specifically, I'm seeing that, like you feel like things aren't fair, people don't help you, other people have advantage over you. And I'm showing that right now it's like you have this opportunity to choose to follow a path. Okay? Because what the energy that we put out, the vibration that we put out, the underlying subconscious beliefs we have bring in the reality that we experience around us, okay? So maybe there's been a lot of unfair things that have happened in your life, but the fact that you're still looking at it as if it was unfair. Like, for instance, I mean, a lot of us have been divorced. um, if you're still looking at the marriage as unfair, the divorce as unfair, even if you're moving on doing other things in your life, if when you think about it you think that person screwed you over or whatever, um, that's what I'm talking about. That's what this is talking about. Feeling like you don't have enough money. I know in the US right now, like, they're doing different stimulus checks they done and stuff, and it's like they give stimulus checks to the people who are out of work because they feel like it's unfair they're out of work, and then the people who still have to work feel like it's unfair that the people who are out of work are getting stimulus checks. So I'm just saying, like, in your personal life, in a bigger community life, because this message extends bigger and smaller. So, and since it's a collective message, it applies to me too. Well, I feel like every message I do applies to me because I'm doing the message. It's in my reality, so somehow it applies to me. If that makes sense to you? Because, like I said, everything reflects us. So, anyway, I've been moving almost by myself. But I'm just saying, like, that's an area where I can see this applying to me is, okay, need to change that thinking. Because what I'm showing is that we've got the devil and we've got the Four of Swords reversed. The Four of Swords reversed is an indication that you need healing. The devil is what you need healing from. Okay, and the devil is, this is showing the part in you, the part that's got a grasp on you, the part that's holding on to you. If you're holding a grudge towards anyone or anything, any situation in your life, it's got a hold of you. If you have, like it was saying, unhealthy coping mechanisms, from overeating to watching TV, being on social media, drug addiction, sex addiction, making excuses to not do things, like there's so many, then that's what it's referring to. So this is a message basically to offer you advice to heal now. Go in and do your healing now. How you do that, though, is by developing a different perspective. It's not denying what you feel, because there's a difference between being like, oh, I'm sitting here with a broken leg, and trying to find like something to be happy about when you're not. I don't think that works so well as well. I mean, it still helps, I think, but the way I do it, like, for instance, if I was sitting there with a broken leg, or what I try to do, because I have my moments too, but what I try to do is I wonder. Like, I look at it kind of with curiosity as to why I have a broken leg and what I'm going to learn from it. Because when I'm open like that, I'm more likely for the messages to come in. And I do learn from really crappy situations, stuff that I find really valuable in my life. And there's, like, I know that it sounds cliche, but I really don't regret doing anything in my life. There's things I would never, there's so much I would never do again. I would never do that knowing what I know now, but I wouldn't have known what I know now if I didn't have those experiences. And so, but anyway, sorry I was going on, but this message is kind of intense. Okay, so you got Child of the Cosmos. Okay, this card talks about, well, I'm going to read this one to you too. This might be a longer reading, but like I said, there's a mysterious force that, this says, the intelligence of the universe lies within you. There's a mysterious force that governs all life, an intelligence that tells flowers when to bloom and the tides and seasons when to come and go. That intelligence is within you, too. It was there before you drew your first breath, and it will be there beyond your last. It's the part of you that informed every cell what to do when you were in your mother's womb. It's harder to resist this force than it is to surrender to it. Because the earth is a planet of polarity and free will, it is easy to forget that the intelligence exists within us. So often we become disconnected from this pulse of life and fall into a pattern of believing that we're separate or feeling that we need to go it alone. We can feel isolated and as if we need to figure things out for ourselves, to rely on our own strength. Nobody will help me, right? You're being called to remember the intelligence within us and every one of your cells, because every single cell, every single photon contains all the information in the universe, and they all talk to each other instantaneously. To remember that you're a precious child of a loving, gentle universe, that you have access to all the intelligence, wisdom, strength, flow, qualities there ever were, are, or will be, and to remember that the flowers know exactly when and how to bloom, then you do too. Okay, that's like an encouraging message for you, because, okay, so let me get into the cards. Okay, so this is showing that you might be feeling overwhelmed with something, or like I said, feeling like that lack, you're doing it alone, or like a victim in some way of people or situations. And this Nine of Swords is showing anxiety, sleepless nights, stress, anxiety, okay? Feeling like you're all alone in the universe, no one to help you, no one to love you. Now, in the Four of Cups is important because if you look, you can see that these two people make up the the cup, but she's focused right here on the lack, okay? So it's there. The universe is all there within you. You contain everything. Sorry, there's like a weird blurry on my camera. I'm like, what is that? But anyway, so it's saying this same message, that it's right there, but you're not seeing it. You're not seeing it, and I'm showing that this is causing you to feel like a lack of love, like with the Ace of Emotions reverse, lack of love, lack of people caring about you, feeling like a victim of life in some way. And this is showing defeat. You feel defeated. Maybe you can't pay your rent. Sorry, I'm moving into a tent, but I'm excited about it, so. Anyway, maybe you feel like you're defeated and you're giving up. There's a difference between giving up because you feel like a victim, and giving up because you know something's not right for you anymore. So if you're going to give up, I recommend choosing the second. Okay, so now we're going to get into what I see coming in. The next card is the Heart of Sky reversed. Okay, so I'm going to read the little short paragraph. Heart of Sky reversed. You may feel responsible for everything and everyone. Perhaps you think you have to do it all alone. This takes you into a dark hole where you lose trust in the natural order of the cosmos. Shed your lofty sense of duty and recognize that this is a false prison of your own making. You can open the door and set yourself free in an instant. That's the encouraging message, because what I'm showing coming in for you, if you decide not to do that, is the Ten of Pentacles with the Devil and the Fool. Okay? So, basically, there's a miracle coming in for you. Like a miracle cure on a collective level. This could be like, I just wonder, like, I don't know, but like, I know the coronavirus is big right now, and if everyone feels that victimness from the virus, it's like a cure coming in that's not going to be a cure. But this is energy, so it's subject to change, but it's based on our perception and our own healing, because the world around us reflects what we are putting out into it. So, but what I'm showing is that so there is like some kind of abundance coming in, right? And it comes in with the devil, which is like bondage. There's some kind of bondage, and you are falling for it. This is what I'm showing, is like you're falling for it. You're jumping in. You're like, yes, oh my gosh, I can't believe this type of energy. Okay, so now if you are completely healed and that comes in, then great, because you're not holding on to anything, and it's going to reflect back what you're sending out. But whoever this message is for, I'm showing is there's something you're holding on to, needing to release. And the next card we got is Soul Retrieval reversed. Okay, so there's a part of who you are that you are going to be basically required to give up to have this, because the soul retrieval says, when did you compromise what you truly believed in to be loved or accepted by someone? Think back over your life and find times when this happened. Vow to never compromise your integrity again. What have you agreed to in the name of love that you know is deeply wrong? Make it right this instant. Okay? Because again, we've got the Ace of Wands. This is going to come in like you're going to be, this is showing like you seeing this as something you're passionate about, something you love, something you want to do, want to have, okay? And it is showing a return. So it could be, and this again indicates a return. So it could be like someone that you wanted that maybe blew you off in the past, or an ex, or money returned to you, something, a return though to you. And it's like you feel like you're getting a second chance, like oh my gosh, this is what I always wanted, but it's not going to feel totally good though. There's something in you that's going to be like there's going to be that gut feeling in you that something's not right about it. That's what if you have that gut feeling, pay attention to it. If you don't have the gut feeling, then like I said, maybe you have done that healing and this message isn't for you. But I'm showing that this message is for people who still have that healing, need that healing to be done. Can you guys see that blur? I don't know what that is. Okay, Earth. Okay, so this, I'm not going to read that whole message, but basically this is talking about you being ungrounded and jumping into something. So if you are, what I'm seeing this as mainly is like if you are working on something that you're passionate about, or yeah, like doing anything you're passionate about, or you are jumping into a relationship with someone you're passionate about. This is about like um, needing to be grounded, not being foolish, because it's clarified with the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands, you can see how she's like skipping, kind of throwing something in the air. This is like jumping into it like a kid almost. And it's showing that it's going to lead to the Eight of Swords, being stuck, bondage. Again, like the devil's bondage too. Um, and then the Six of Pentacles, which the Six of Pentacles upright in this deck is equal give and take. But with these other cards, I'm showing that this is not equal. It appears equal, but it's not. But like I said, I'm showing that your intuition is going to be nagging at you in these cards. Okay, because here it is. This is where you're like, something's not right, okay, with this Five of Swords. And this is what I'm going to show you is not right about it. The Five of Swords, okay, then we've got the Page of Voices. This is not clear. Like something is not clear. This is a false start, a faulty foundation, something that's not going to grow. And lies. This is something, there's lies, there's hidden truths, there's things hidden. It's lack of clarity with the Ace of Swords reversed, okay? Now, there's cards of encouragement with it, though. This card talks about your abundance, just like in the first oracle cards I read. It talks about your abundance being here right now. You're ready to step into it. You are ready to step into it. But there is a need to have clear boundaries, a final push, a firm foundation. So, and to see clearly, okay? So like if there's a relationship coming in, it's like, don't compromise yourself. Like don't compromise what you believe in or your integrity, because I'm showing that it won't end up good if you do. And this card of protection is coming in. This is like as long as you stand up for your integrity and your beliefs and what you believe in, I'm showing that this is the card reminding you that you're protected by the universe. Like there's nothing that can harm you. Okay? Like, I'm showing that, yeah, and so this can have two meanings, because the Page of Pentacles, this could be an offer that you're getting, but I'm actually seeing it with since it's next to these abundance cards, it's like you have started something. Be a student of what you started, like, learn, basically learn, because it's telling you to learn now. Learn what you need to heal now, because this is like the lies, the illusion coming out. So this is the lies that you're telling yourself about how you were a victim, okay, of whatever it is. And the Ten of Swords is laying it down. Lay it down. Because I can look at this two ways. This is saying, look at yourself, find the spot that you need to heal, remove those addictions that are covering it up, Like, don't feel like you need to grab onto someone, right? Because if you do, then this person is going to lie to you and hurt you. And you're going to feel this left out in the cold. They're going to probably leave you, hurt you. And this is showing, this I'm seeing as, this is someone who's controlling. So this is both them, if it's a person coming in and being like manipulative and controlling towards you, or but it's also you trying to being impatient and being that way yourself but not recognizing it. For instance, like when you see something as unfair, like being impatient, rude, rude because you feel like a victim. That's what that energy is. This is, okay, so the next card is encouraging you to have courage, okay? It's saying have courage and to leave the shit in the behind. Like leave the hurts and the pains and your victimhood behind, because we've got the Seven of Swords again in this deck with it upright. It talks about this talks about taking the little that you need and leaving. In the beginning, when it was talking about being open, like letting the empty parts be open and filled with grace, it's saying let those empty parts be open. Let the addictions, the victimhood mentality be removed and be vulnerable, so that real abundance and real love can come in. Otherwise, you will find someone or something to fill it that will leave you like a thief. They will like leave you like a thief, and it's going to cause you to feel unbalanced and with like not knowing what to do with your yourself, your life, what direction to go in. Okay? But in this healing is telling you to this next card, this is saying like leave it all behind, open yourself up, be vulnerable, be it's like let all the cracks show, like the scars, the cracks, the issues, and be in love with yourself. Because this is the card, the Muse of Inspiration is the card of the Phoenix Rising. You can see the fiery wings on this card. This is like you are going to rise. It's like if it's, for instance, if it was soil, it's like you're the soil. And if you let there be cracks and let the seeds fall into the soil, you know what I mean? Like you're going to grow into something big. And yeah, like that Phoenix rising. That's what it's saying to have courage to do. It's like courage to be vulnerable, courage to surrender. And this is what's ultimately going to bring you the happiness that you're looking for, is by not blaming anyone anymore, not blaming anything anymore, taking full responsibility for everything crappy in your life. And then not seeing it like that. You know what I mean? Like, let me show you. This is the Two of Swords, this is showing you with like, this is card indicates like you have a choice and you're blind right now. It's like you can't see that you are on this at this crossroads right now, this choice of which way you want to go. And there's this path. If you follow this path of emotional hurt and blame and not finding the lessons, the wisdom, the gratefulness for everything in your life, it's like you're going to be really confused on what to do, where to go, what to do. You're going to feel like defending yourself. You're going to be trying to hold the light in as this thing. This is another card of something returning to you, but it's going to actually put you in a place of being stuck. I see a lot of stuck energy, and this is indicating the other cards I have is the Nine of Pentacles and the Emperor reversed, which is another manipulative person, a lack. It's like this is both you becoming bitter because of the situation, then also someone being manipulative and controlling towards you, or something controlling you. So an addiction controls you. Feeling like you're broke and you can't go do what you want or buy anything you want controls you. And that Nine of Pentacles reversed indicates like a lack of financial funds. But I'm showing that we also have this King of Pentacles. I'm actually seeing this as you with this happiness card. The King of Pentacles is someone who builds themselves from the ground up, just like this Phoenix. This is the King of Pentacles, let himself be broke and vulnerable, and because he knew what he was inside, and the outside flaws or things that other people have done or whatever, he didn't need to power his way through to the top. It was more of he cultivated his way up to the top. If that makes sense. He gave life to what he touched. And let's see. So that is the collective reading. If you like this video, like, comment, share. I really appreciate it. Also, if there's any specific type of readings, comment down below, because I like variety, so I like ideas. And I will see ya when I get to post more videos. Thanks.